This is a Hot Pie Media original.
All right, look, face painters, nothing can throw you off right now, and I'm accepting that. So I don't want to ruin your day, your week, your Super Bowl tickets. I don't want to do that. And I know some people would say, "Oh, lay off, Ward. It all worked out just fine." I think that might make my point more impactful. So I'm watching Dallas and Philadelphia, and I'm watching in amazement. I am watching as the game goes on, and I'm thinking, wow, that's stupid. That is really stupid. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. What I'm talking about had been all day long. It had been a debate on social media for good reason. And people are saying, old man, are you crazy? When the game is happening. So I've sort of followed the story, and I'm thinking, there's no way in a meaningless game, there's no way your franchise quarterback plays very much. Just no way. That can't happen. One quarter goes by. Okay. You better get him off the field. Second quarter goes by. Surely this guy's not playing in the second half of a meaningless game when they've already got the lead. Surely you wouldn't do that, to the highest paid player in pro football. Surely you wouldn't do that to the guy who snapped his leg in half a year ago in a meaningless game. Surely you wouldn't do that. Dallas comes out in the second half. Are you kidding me? Is Dak Prescott on the field? What are you doing? Well, but Jeff, they won and he's fine. I know. So if you want to say, shut up or deal with it, it was the right call. Okay. You're crazy. You are absolutely crazy for playing him. At most, Dak Prescott and others should have been on the field at most a half. I don't think that. I really don't see the upside in playing a half. He played almost to the fourth quarter. Why? It started during the day. So there's that. So I know they won. They ended up beating Philadelphia. Jeff, they're going to the Super Bowl. You're crazy. We're the greatest ever. Whatever. That is a shockingly stupid move. I mean that. I'm happy that he didn't get hurt. He's a fun guy to watch play. He deserves all that's coming to him. I want to watch football like everyone else. But that is an idiotic thing to do. What started it was even more asinine. Jerry Jones on one of his 500 radio shows. Okay? If you work for Jerry Jones, I don't even know how you bring this up. And I know Jones says, rightly so. And there's a lot. Look, I defend Jerry Jones often saying the guy really wants to win. I mean, he really does. He's not in it just for the money. He's made plenty of money. He really wants to win. And he's more committed than most owners to winning. So he gets props for that. But you would think that even if the coach, Mike McCarthy, who's got some issues himself, even if he didn't make the decision, wouldn't you like to say, listen, boss, could you make it sound like you're not coaching the team today, please? Could you just say Mike's decided, or it's Mike's feeling that we're going to play all of our guys all day? Mike said, I talked to Mike earlier today, and Mike said, wouldn't you at least do that? Just to kind of look out for your head coach. I mean, wouldn't you at least want to give him that kind of respect? John McClellan is the co-founder and creator of ATX Hot Sauce in all 50 states, now in several retail outlets as well. So we're going to turn it over to the social media rock chef superstar, and we're going to walk through a few sauces and why you should buy. We've done beet heat, so we're second in line now for the tasting. Don't forget, everyone, go to atxhotsauce.com. So here we go.
All right, so this one is our smoked habanero 5-pepper. We smoke habaneros with ancho,
Is that going to hurt?
This one? No,
Yeah.
This one's actually really, really good.
Okay.
This is like your traditional tapatía, but without the vinegar in it, right? And because of that fermentation process that we've talked about all the time. This one is great on sandwiches, pizzas, things like that. Great on hot wings. I think you're going to really like this one too, especially the smoky flavor with the adobe chipotle and the smoked habaneros. We actually smoked the habaneros before we.
Does that go with the cab?
This would not go with the cab. This would go with the great Chenin Blanc, though.
I teed you up with that one.
Yeah.
That is good.
That's good. Yeah. Good. It's just classic take. Well, it's a new take on a classic item. So it's called smoked habanero 5-pepper.
All right, don't forget
One of my favorites.
Don't forget atxhotsauce.com. The fact that Jones ranted all day long on Saturday that he's going to play. Never once did he even think to have the courtesy of, Mike told me he's going to play. Mike thinks we should leave the starters in as much as possible. Do you get my point? Here's what was said during the day. This is not minutes before kickoff. This is not at halftime. This is during the day. Jones says, asked if quarterback Dak Prescott was going to play deep into the game, Jones confirmed that his team was going to win and get better. Hey, Jerry, you know what life was like when that dude was in the hospital? You are crazy. That was a crazy decision and a crazy move, and you're lucky it didn't bite you. Jones says, quote, we're going to get better tonight. We're going in here to get better. The best we got are going to be on the field, and they're going to be on the field for a long, long time. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. It's an asinine way to approach things in that business, okay? You don't just have 53 players. It's a short shelf life. You only have one of those guys, right? And you know what life was like without him? So you decided to play him almost the entire game when it meant nothing. The other part is just, what the problem is in coaching the Cowboys, where I think in sort of a weird way, it's one of the reasons why a lot of the coaches seem to make these stupid mistakes. Mike McCarthy apparently can't add and subtract. He has a problem with the clock. He has a problem with timeouts. But I'm wondering if that part of that problem is that you sort of coach looking over your shoulder. You sort of coach thinking, what does it matter? I mean, does Mike ever even talk? Do we know? But to think how disrespectful it is and how much you're cut off at the knees. The day leading up to a game, largely meaningless game, the owner never even makes mention of you. He makes it sound as if he's decided that his starters are going to play on his time frame with no regard for, wonder what the coach says about this. Mike, I'm about to do a radio show, about to do one of my 35 radio shows today. And what's going to happen? Could you give me an idea what's going to happen tonight? Never once does he even make it sound like it, even if it's not the case. The ego can't even let you say, well, Mike seems to think that it's best that we play everybody. And I got Mike's back. So if Mike thinks Dak Prescott needs to play until they mow the grass after the game, then I guess so. I mean, it's such a telling moment. One, an idiotic move, but two, that the guy publicly at least, he's never even going to let that shadow get away from the coach. Never. The coach couldn't even have the public say in this. A stupid decision. Does it matter? I know face painters. Screw you, Ward. We're going to win it all. We're the greatest ever. Yeah. It's fine. I mean, I don't think you are, but that's fine. But for thinkers out there, and a lot of people picked up on it during the day, when he made the statement, and Jones made the statement before the game started, smart, reasonable people went immediately to Twitter and started saying, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Even fans picked up on what a stupid idea it was. I'm just taking it from there and saying it's so telling that he never even once bothered to mention the head coach in his assessment of the night.
From the Hot Pie Media Studios in Austin, Texas, it's the Jeff Ward Show. Listen at jeffwardshow.com.